Hello guys, so I have a fairy doll-esque makeup tutorial for you guys today. I'm actually recreating this lovely ball jointed doll that I found on Instagram. It's by Tian Ba. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I will link their Instagram down below. They're just beautiful dolls, guys, beautiful dolls. But the first thing that I did was I put on the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation in 100 because it's the latest foundation that I have, and I wanted to like really pale out my skin. And then I put on the Tarte Shape Tape in all the areas that you would highlight and tapped it out with my Real Technique sponge. All the products I use, by the way, will be listed down below. The next thing I did was I took my Kat Von D Whiteout Concealer and I put this underneath my eyes. I just wanted like a brighter effect under there. I'm really trying to look like a little white doll baby. I wanted a bit of like an opalescent little sheen to my cheeks, so I took the Cover FX glitter drops in Aurora and I put those on my cheekbones, on the tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, and I blended it out in little tappy motions with my Real Technique sponge. I find that this like blends this out the best because whenever I use like liquid illuminators, they're difficult to blend out, but the sponge really helps with this one. And then that's the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I just put this underneath my eyes, chin, also my forehead, and I swept it away once it sat there a little bit. I've been digging this MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powder lately, so I tapped that all over my face, and then I took the Dose of Colors Ideal Duo in Disco, and I took the like primer cream side, and I put that all over my lid. To set that cream, I took Wink from Sugar Pill and just brushed that on my eyelid. Then I took Pink Champagne from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and mine had a little bit of like black specks mixed into it, which is why it looks so dark. But I started to like cut out the inner part of my crease, and I just like drew it to the middle of my eye. And then I took a little bit of Noir and I started to define a little bit more, and then I took Morocco and sort of started to blend it out towards my eyebrow. After that, I took the dark orange from the NYX Ultimate Brights palette and I started to line the inner corner of my eye. Then I took the deep yellow shade and I started to line a little bit further towards the middle. And then I took, Kiss Kiss, and I started to line like the middle of my eye and flick it towards the outer corner. And then I took Noir from Anastasia Beverly Hills and I created a cat eye. I'm using like a very, very tiny brush for this, like a tiny flat brush. Once I was done creating that cat eye, I took Kiss and I put that right underneath the flicked out line, like I lined it, and then I replicated what I put on the top lid on the lower lash line. So orange towards the inner corner, yellow, and then the red. After I was done with that, I took some of the NYX white liquid liner and I filled in my eyebrows, and then I started to create these like little brush strokes with that NYX white liquid liner, and I'm just trying to replicate the eyebrows that I'm seeing. I'm doing like short little quick brush strokes because I want them to like actually look like eyebrows, but eyebrows in a different direction than my natural eyebrows. Taking that NYX Ultimate Brights palette again, I took the dark purple and I flicked that down with a paintbrush on the middle of my lower lash line, and then I took the Vivid Bright and Vivid Violet and I flicked down some brush strokes. After that, I took Noir from Anastasia Beverly Hills and I lined where that purple is on the lower lash line. Then I took some of that like deep yellow shade and I started to just kind of shade in certain areas of the eye. So where the red is, towards the purple, the brow bone, like where my nose bridge is, I'm just adding a little bit of yellow to these areas. Yeah, I'm truly digging these eyebrows. Like, I really, really like them. But anyway, so I took Skull from the Pastel Goth palette and I highlighted my brow bone. Then I took the Makeup Forever Baked Blush in Not One for Playing Games. It has a weird name. But I just put little dots of that and then I blended it out in circular motions on like the middle of my cheeks. After that, I took Kiss Kiss from Sugar Pill and I put a little dot in the middle and then I blended it out because I wanted there to be a bit of a gradient effect on the little cheek circles. This is the Carity Just Peachy palette. I took the shade Creamy and I started to really like shade in the bottom part of my nose and just make it look kind of like buttony and cute, and I just really shaded in like the nostrils, just all over the bottom part of my nose. Going back into that deep yellow from the Ultimate Brights palette, I had a little bit of that deep yellow shade like underneath and on top of and just around that peach shading on the nose, and then I took a little bit of that deep yellow and just went around my mouth with it, and I wanted that like, you know, kind of rough sort of smudged mouth look. Going back into the Just Peachy palette from Carity, I took a little bit of that creamy shade and I put that on my chin, just kind of like a little bit of a, I don't know, just a little bit of a peachy effect there. It looks super cute. And then I took the Maybelline Master Holographic in 050. I put a lot of that in the inner corner of my eyes, on my cheekbones, Cupid's bow, tip of my nose. And then I took the like glitter side of the Disco Ideal Duo from Dose of Colors, and I really started to emphasize that like inner part of like my eye bags. After that, I took Kiss Kiss from Sugar Pill again, and I started to shade in the lips, around the like top lip, in the middle of the bottom lip, and the bottom of the bottom lip. And then I took Makeup Revolution's blush in One for Playing Games, and I put that all over the lips. After that, I took a dark purple NYX liner, and I put that in the inner corner of the eyes, and then I took a lavender NYX liner, and I put that on the rest of the lower, the waterline. I put it on the rest of the waterline. I took the Mehron white paint, and I just started the design that's on this doll's cheeks. The only recommendation I really have is just to go very like slow and meticulous with this and use a super tiny brush. I just basically tried to copy what I saw on the doll's cheeks. I found when I went to the other cheek, like I did it on my, my left side, and then I went to my right side, and I had a really, really hard time on my right side, just because, I don't know, I have a really hard time like copying things but flipping them. I don't know, it's just like a problem I have, but I just did it very slowly. And I find with this, if you mess up like slightly, like let's say you add an extra flick, just own it. Just don't even worry about it. Don't try to like cover it. No one's really gonna notice. It's just such a meticulous design that just own any slight mess up that you have. I also feel like with this type of line work, the best way to do it is to do it confidently. Like, don't do it slowly. If you're gonna do a swirl, do a swirl. Like, don't overthink it, you know? That's when they get like wonky and weird. Okay, so for this little forehead design, I put a dot like between my eyebrows just so I could get this thing centered, and then I did a little teardrop and then some flicks of white paint basically going out. Just some fancy little curly flicks. Now for dots, my favorite thing. So I took the NYX white liquid liner and I just did little dots with this, and I put them all over the place. I'm kind of generally following the design that's on the cheeks of the doll, but I added a couple more dots because I'm extra like that. And then the same thing, I did like some dots going down on the forehead design. And now for pearls. So I put a pearl in the middle of like my forehead design, then I put a pearl in the middle, like on the middle of like those red little cheek like circle designs, and then I put some underneath my eyes as well, which I think I do later. After that, I added on my white lashes. So I just painted these white with the Mehron paint, and then there we go. There's my white little pearls. And then I did bottom lashes, which are also painted with white paint. They're just 3 of them. I put one on the outer corner, middle, and the inner corner. We're almost done, you guys. So I took some NYX silvery liquid liner. It's like glittery, and I put that on my upper lip, like near the Cupid's bow. Put some on the bottom lip, just give a little extra pop of glitter. And then I took some of the NYX white liquid liner, and I put some little taps of that in the middle of my bottom lip and on my upper lip, like towards the Cupid's bow. And that's the finished tutorial, you guys. I hope you guys liked it. Like this video if you like this video. Subscribe, makes me happy. Hit that little bell if you want to be notified when I make videos. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Bye.